just the simplest little things. Like I can remember when she could actually verbalize, and she'd come home from school, and you know our beautiful laugh lines here, and
that's what you call them, right?
Yeah.
Damn lines is what I call them.
And she'd say, "Ooh, mommy, purple flower." I said, "Ooh, and what color is this side?" "Ooh, pink flower." And she would see flowers in my eyes. I mean, what a gift. Now when I see eyes, I don't think of eyes, I see flowers.
What color are my flowers?
You have turquoise and kind of an yellowish auburn, I don't know, kind of a goldish on that side.
Now, we never brought this up. We were at the beginning of the show that in addition to Suzie, you raised 2 sons.
Yes, I have 2 beautiful sons.
Tell us about them and their relationship to Suzie.
Well, I have, my youngest is Nate, and he lives here in the Portland area. And his is sort of like an arm's length relationship, but he's totally fascinated with her. Oh. Yeah, it's sort of like, he doesn't really know.
No.
Now he's starting to get a little more comfortable.
After all those years, huh?
And, yes, and he's a little more intrigued, and he thinks what we're doing is wonderful. I mean, he really does. He's complimented me, not personally, but in an interview he was in.
I think you'll see that the boys are going to have a relationship with her a little bit down the road. I actually see it.
I see that.
And one of them may be involved in managing her career and giving you a little bit of a break.
Well, my oldest one, that might be him. He and his wife, he's 37 and they don't have children, but they're the designated.
Yes.
If anything should happen to Michael and I. Yeah. And so maybe, and he adores being around Suzie. He gets a real charge. And in fact, we went to the Autism Treatment Center of America. We got a scholarship. It was
2 years ago.
2 Christmases ago. And he stayed a whole week, well, 3 days with her and 3 days with a friend.
So you are being recognized for some of the work you're doing.
No, we went to learn more.
Oh.
But I had learned about it's the Sunrise program, the famous Sunrise program, Autism Treatment Center of America, anyway, in Sheffield, Massachusetts. And I learned about it in my studies in special ed. And so that, again, is why I knew how important the joining was.
I think you're going to find that you're going to be doing more of that type of education, those trips and extended education, not only for Suzie's sake, but for the expansion of what it is that you're going to be doing with that in the future. I think it's going to be exciting for you to be able to get on a plane and go someplace, because I think that you probably from time to time both need to have a break. And this going, you know, and having a convention or going to some type of special event is wonderful for you to expand what it is that you're going to do.
That's what my editor, I already have an editor for my book, Ursula Bacon, and she said, I see you going out and doing this sort of thing.
See, it's already out there and people are getting
now
ideas.
You're seeing it.
And, well, yeah, but I think that you're developing also. This is a whole new life for you. As Suzie continues to grow, she's taking both of you with her in this beautiful experience. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to ask is, who's Suzie and Friends? What's that about?
Suzie and Friends was started 4 summers ago at Pacific Point Care Home in King City. We had an honorary Grammy. Her name was Jay Mankey, and I had known her from my living in Richmond days, LEC down in Wilsonville, and we become close friends. And when I adopted Suzie, she just fell in love with Suzie. So when Suzie started reading, we started going down to visit her. And she would read the stories, but then with Suzie's beautiful photographic memory, soon we realized she knew the whole story. So one day we had about
photographic memory?
Yeah, Suzie has a photographic memory.
Well, that's a pretty important thing here. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, we're not going to have too much time
to talk about that. She has a very photographic memory. So in a heart basket, let's say, instead of a nutshell, we'll say a heart basket, she started telling the whole, about 40 residents this story, and they just loved it. So then I got the idea, well, let's put some characters. She'll be the storyteller, so we created a play with some of her friends. And after they did it, the Venice, the social director there said, we need to do this whenever you can come. Why don't we just call it Suzie and Friends?
You know, that's a great story. But I'm the person that's got to say, we've got 3 minutes to go. And I have to say something about our sponsors, but I also, when I come back from thanking our sponsors, I want to ask you one last question because people want to know where they can get more information. So we're going to talk about your website. So, number 2, Westside Florist has provided our beautiful flowers. We'd like to thank they've been wonderful. Every show we've got those beautiful flowers to sit on our table. And Westside Florist is in Aloha Market Center here in Aloha. And also we do have to feed our crew. We want to thank Izzy's Pizza. Every time we do a show, they are generous with the pizzas and they're very good. And that's Izzy's Restaurant, Pizza Bar, Classic Buffet and Grill, and that's on 11900 Southwest Broadway in Beaverton. So thank you. We really do appreciate it. And we'll thank you again on the credits. But before we go, and I think we have 2 minutes, you do have a website, don't you? Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to roll that at the end. Yeah. And on the website, what can people find out?
They can find out more about our story and just the cards and the book that's available. I do need to update the website, so it's a little outdated, but...
Calendar? The calendar too?
Well, the calendar was not this year, so we don't have a calendar. But the best way they can reach me is my email, and they're going to list that.
We're going to list the email too.
Right.
If you could say one thing in 1 minute to the parents watching who have autistic children, what would you tell them to encourage them?
Believe in them.
That was in a minute.
Believe in the children.
Believe in
That's
your
very
child.
good.
Believe in themselves and believe in their children.
Yeah.
And if you see that they have a passion, and the passion is giving them joy, like her artwork, like her singing. She has perfect pitch, we found out when we did music therapy when she was young. We've done the art therapy, we do the drama therapy. Pursue those, you know. Don't keep them in a closet. Let them out and explore, and you'll be astonished what they come up with. If you raise the bar, sort of like the little fish in the little tank will stay little, but if you put the fish in the big tank, it grows and it becomes. That's our Suzie.
I have a saying for you. Expect a miracle.
And what you're saying applies to any children. You know what you're saying?
Right.
When I was listening to this, it applies to any children. But I think for the parents, they have to have maybe a little extra patience if they have a child with autism.
Right.
But we are making strides, aren't we? And you especially.
Oh yes, we are. And remember that it takes a village to rear a child, and not to be afraid to ask for help.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you,
you,
folks, for watching. We're so happy that you watched another edition of Create Your Own Reality. See you again soon. Thanks.
Thank you guys for coming and sharing your story.
Pleasure.
It was really wonderful to hear.
Thank you for watching Create Your Own.
I got so caught up in the excitement of what she is going to do. I mean,
If you would like to be a member of our audience for future shows, please email us at createyourownreality@hotmail.com. We are grateful to these local businesses for their support in making this program possible.